What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoyed the Scale News Update, hit the like button and let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, Powerhobby released a new internal spool all-in-one winch setup. This is called the MX53. This winch is built to run off of receiver power anywhere up to 8.4 volts. Now they do give the rated torque settings like a servo in this case, and it's 625 ounce-inches of power at the 8.4 volts that it's rated up to. And then they also give some speeds down to a normal 60-degree speed like a servo of 0.085. So a good amount of speed out of that servo. That speed correlates to about 118 RPM on the spool itself. How that number actually corresponds to winch line speed, a question that I can't answer offhand. This setup runs on a brushless internal motor, of course, all metal gears as well, all aluminum case. If you're interested in this, Powerhobby has it listed for sale now. You can check the link in the description below for all of the information on this. Next, the parts from RC Nerds for the Proline Cliffhanger are available now, and you can get these on their My Mini factory so that you can print them yourself at home. They've got grills, light buckets, detail parts like mirrors and door handles. Again, download the files off of My Mini Factory for a charge, and then you can print them as many times as you like. Things like the mirrors could break, depending on how hard you're driving, up to every time. But being that you now own the files, you can just print more copies when that happens. That is the nice thing about the My Mini Factory model. So if you're interested in classing up your Cliffhanger, here another option for some scale parts. For you scale and not so scale monster truck fans, JConcepts released some new wheels and tires to fit that space. The new wheels are very similar in style to some of their previous ones that they had, at least on the face design. However, on the back side of the wheel, it is the larger diameter to clear a number of different vehicles on the backs, such as the Losi LMT. It ran that dual diameter style setup. This will fit that. It will also fit trucks like the Traxxas Max, that non-scale but very popular durable basher. Along with these, they have two new tire options. One, the Fling Kings, the super aggressive, mud style chevron or rice and cane style tires, as well as the Renegade tires, which are a much more typical monster truck scale style tire. So depending on what you're looking at, depending on what vehicle you're choosing them for, maybe one of these will be a new option for you. Check them out. JConcepts has them on sale now. If you're watching this video on Tuesday when it comes out, tomorrow, the new episode of Road to Scale Nationals will be out. This week is my week for release, so lots of info to update you on. Last week, Matt put out his episode showing the progress of the hard body Jeep J6 style rigs that he's building. Definitely worth checking out Matt's episode from last week, and mine, again, will be out tomorrow. So excited with how these trucks are progressing. Should be a lot of fun. Kyosho has another new release for the Phaser platform. This one, the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. Old school style, super cool old Nissans. Really a big fan of these. Kyosho does a great job of putting these very scale bodies on this Phaser platform. The platform underneath, just a pretty basic, solid choice, but they have some of the absolute best body style options. With this upcoming Nissan Skyline, they also just released the Dodge Charger with the, Supercharger. This is basically the Fast and the Furious Charger. Working butterflies on the actual Supercharger. Also, it's got optional, flip up headlight lens or covers, I guess it was, like those old Chargers had. Obviously, they're just doing such a good job with these. Super cool. As far as on-road scale style RC goes, I don't think anybody is doing a better job than Kyosho with these models. So check out those two, old school muscle or old school JDM. That JDM's pretty cool. For you no prep guys, SSDRC released some new 5-hole style no prep beadlocks for the rear. These are the 2230 with a very scale 5-hole style design. These are aluminum beadlock wheel, Don't have to do the gluing as much, depending on how much power, I suppose. And of course, they have matching front wheels, non-beadlock, but the front kind of to be expected. So if you want to add some realistic scale style to your no prep car, these are an awesome choice. They've got a couple of, no prep beadlock wheels for this type of tire. Check them out. Linked in the description below. You can see both styles, which are available now. The Futaba 10PX is finally about to hit shelves. Starting to see pre-orders pop up. Saw one listed on AMain this week. An expensive radio, up around $800, but 10 channels, Futaba programming, lots of ability to adjust and program the buttons to do whatever you want. Pretty rad radio if you're looking to really stretch the number of things you're trying to plug into your RC. If you can even think of 10 things to control from your radio, put them in the comments below and I'll send you a digital cookie. Last week, Proline dropped the unexpected but very good looking Method beadlock wheel for the Axial SCX6. Now, what they did with these is they dropped these at a pretty affordable price. I think these are cheaper than any of the other Proline wheels, if I'm not mistaken, but these are only the front face of the beadlock wheel, which I've seen other companies do recently as well. So you only buy the outer face, the part that you see. The rest of the wheel is still functional. Just reuse all of that, and then you can get this Method beadlock wheel style. Now, they released it first in a bronze or gold style, like Method also runs. Doesn't have a separate beadlock ring. I believe it's just multicolor anodizing, I believe. Either way, looks pretty good. The price is right as well. I imagine they're going to sell a lot of these wheels for this rig. No surprise, of course, Proline, Horizon, Axial, the whole partnership coming together, firing on all cylinders to bring you some good options for your very large toy truck. And then following that one, they did release that Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Again, I had seen photos of it last week with a little bit more detail, and now all of the photos on the release are now available. The proportions of it maybe look a little funny to me in the photos. The windows seem really short in proportion to the side height of the body. It looks kind of Chevy Colorado or Silverado. Something about it I just don't see Tacoma that much in it. But it does come with a full molded front grille. We saw that insert before, but we didn't get to see everything that was behind it. It's got a full grille behind it that also has light buckets to give this thing some real depth. I believe that there's light buckets for the rear as well. It is a one-piece body, so bed and cab are now molded all together, not a separate bed and cab, which is popular to see, and I do like that, but this did probably make it much more affordable to do it this way compared to the other way when you're basically vacuum forming two bodies. So to probably offset the cost of the injection molded parts and everything, this was the direction they went with. I don't know though. I'll leave it up to you guys whether or not you like the proportions and styles of this, whether you're a Tacoma or Toyota fan at all in general. What do you think? And then also we did see the full release of the licensed Toyo tires for the 1/7 scale Arrma, the infraction felony limitless. Licensed version, that's the route that they went versus the just optional aftermarket for the other ones. In the post that they showed, they also had a video. They had that C8 body on top of that platform. It sounds like they're kind of going for a better handling type tire. They showed it running. They kind of showed it sliding a little bit, but they're showing that it's supposed to have better grip with the Proline rubber compound. They are pre-mounted onto the Arrma wheels already, and they are still belted, of course, like all of the tires that came on that vehicle. But they didn't show anything in any of the videos or say anything in the description whether or not they still smoke like the stock ones. So I don't know. Maybe that is something people are willing to give up to have the licensed and better handling of these tires. I really liked the tire smoke of my infraction though, so. Or there's my limitless too. Don't forget Wednesday nights, also live stream takeover with Matt from the Scale Builders Guild and myself, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, or whatever that equates to where you may live. Check out live stream takeover. nearly 100 weeks in a row, somehow we always find something arguably interesting to talk about for at least 2 hours. So check it out. Always love to have you. And that wraps up the news stories for this week for the Scale News. But for this week's question, I want to know, what is your favorite tool in your workshop or your garage, whatever it is? What is your favorite tool? Could be something very simple like a tiny hammer, which is one of my favorite tools, or something like my DeWalt electric screwdriver. This is the gyro version with the clutch. I use this thing so much. Probably one of the handiest tools I have in the shop. Definitely in my top 5 favorites. But I want to know, what's your favorite tool? Simple, crazy, whatever it is. Even if you never use it for RC, what's your favorite tool? Just want to know. Drop it in the comments below. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching the Scale News Update every Tuesday. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get updated. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.